Hello, my friends, and welcome to Studio Day Heffrey with your daily dose of Cowboys content. Got a little bit of news that hit yesterday, if you follow all of the things, and some of the things you would have already known. I just didn't announce it as news. I announced it as prediction in your Cowboys offseason primer or in your what 2024 all-in looks like for the Dallas Cowboys. So we have some things today on Zack Martin, Trevon Diggs, Dak Prescott, and Michael Gallup, right? That's what we got. The Cowboys, according to Todd Archer in his article yesterday, already planned this offseason. They got to find some monies. Currently, the Cowboys are not in compliance with NFL rules. You have to get there before the new season starts. They're over the salary cap. What are they going to do to get under it? Some stuff we've already talked about, but now it's been written by a beat writer, so call it official. The Cowboys plan to restructure Zack Martin's contract. They plan to restructure Trevon Diggs' contract. What do those things do? It means that they go, ha-ha, money on our salary cap? Go over there. We'll see you later. And it moves back to other years. And you worry about it later. And you make guys cheaper, in theory, on paper. So those things are going to happen. And those things tie into the other things that the Cowboys are going to have to do. The fun part about this is depending how nerdy you are. I know most of you probably have no interest in this. So why are you talking on a video that a lot of people probably have no interest in? I don't know. But it is very seeable what teams are going to do in an offseason if you just go to the right website and click the buttons, right? So I'm on overthecap.com where you can find all the different salaries and who's available to be restructured and how can teams save money and all the different things, right? And that's how I did the video of what all-in looks like for the Cowboys in 2024. They're restructuring the guys that it's possible to restructure or that it makes sense to restructure because it can save them money. There's only so many guys you can do this with, and there's only so much money you can get out of this. So for the Dallas Cowboys, who need to get under the salary cap, they need $20 million hacked off the cap. Whack! Those two players will do that for you. The only other way you could have gotten there would have been to restructure Dak Prescott and save over $20 million. Keep his contract as this is the final year of his contract. And then, if he signs somewhere in free agency next year, you owe $60 million on the cap to someone who's not here because you docked his money in years that aren't real. They're called void years in the NFL. They're tacked onto the end of a contract, and they're just a place to hold accounting figures until you get there. And then when you get there, it goes, that's what happened to Tampa Bay this year. Tampa Bay had $80 million in dead money because Tom Brady's void years showed up and he was done with football. Tricky thing here, and it could be if you are just done with this version of the Cowboys and you're like, man, I don't want to see the quarterback extended. The head coach is in the last year of his deal. Let's just do our best version of let's go get it this year and then F them. Blow this thing up. That's doable because a part of that, I told you Zack Martin is having his contract restructured. It's going to save him $12.6 million against the salary cap. Do you know where that $12.6 million is going to go? You can click on Zack Martin's contract. Zack Martin's final year of his contract is the year 2024. That would be this upcoming season. And Zack Martin, in a year where he is no longer under contract to play football, will count $13.46 million against the cap in 2025. This restructure is going to throw 12.6 more in there. Zack Martin's going to count $26 million to not be on the football team in 2025. If you restructure Dak to save money to spend it this year, you could throw 22-point-something million dollars into his void years. And now you would owe him 59-point-some-odd million dollars to not be on the football team. Now we've got $85 million in dead money. Guess what else they're going to do this offseason? I think, and again, this just goes back to the common sense can take you to where the beat writers are going to end up reporting things. You can go back, look at the Cowboys roster, look up all the contracts, click on potential restructures, and here's what you see. Other than the guys that it's already been announced by Todd Archer that they're going to do, there aren't really other dudes that can save you a whole lot of money, but you just say, okay, but what is there and who makes the most sense? You could restructure DeMarcus Lawrence and save over $4 million. What does Tank's contract look like? Well, 2024 is the last year of his deal too. And in 2025, he already is going to count for $7.5 million. Do you want to add $4.5 more to that? $11 million to a guy who's not on the team? Now we got $100 million in dead money. So maybe not that one. What you like to do when possible is find the guys that could save you some money that will be here. Terrence Steele will likely be here. You could restructure his contract and move $4.9 million around, and it's not like it's all going to just blow up next year because he'll probably still be on the team. Although, you might want to keep that option open. So I say all that just to say, for all of you nerds out there, if you want to know everything possible, technically I guess it is in my 2024 version of All In, this is every player on the Cowboys that is eligible to have something restructured that would save more than $500,000. The other ones obviously are worth almost nothing, so you're not even going to care. You could restructure a Donovan Wilson contract and save just under $3 million. You could restructure a Brandon Cooks contract and save $4.5 million. Terrence Steele, $4.9 million. Michael Gallup, $4.9 million. DeMarcus Lawrence, $4.4 million. The end. Everything else we've already talked about. The Martin one will be done. The Diggs one will be done. Something will be done with Dak's money, probably an extension, but could do a restructure. That's everyone. So when you're talking about how are they going to have the money and how are they going to compete next year and how are they going to do all these things, the answers are that's it. Those are the players. That's everything you can do. And some of them probably aren't worth the amount of money that you'd be worried about paying later. That's the way it is. Now, you could do the this is it. You could do the this is it. They won't. Let me rephrase. I don't want to speak for people. I don't think they will because that's not who they are. Who they are is the owner is old and the owner is not trying to take years off the table where he thinks he has a chance to win. So, because of that, Dak will get extended this offseason. That's where you'll get $30 million in cap space. He'll get extended. Martin will get restructured. Gallup will be a post-June 1 cut. That's $9.5 million. CeeDee Lamb will get an extension. That's $10 million. Terrence Steele maybe gets restructured, and that's probably all the names. The restructures will be Diggs, Martin, maybe Steele. That's 21.5 and 5. That's 26.5. CeeDee will get an extension. That's $36.5 million saved. Dak will probably get an extension. Now we're at $65 million saved. We're $45 million under the cap, and we can proceed with our business. That's what's very likely going to be the Cowboys offseason. Because the other side of this is, what is a winning window? A winning window in the NFL, I believe, is we have a chance to win because our best players are who and how good are they, and that's what we got, right? And so for the Cowboys, even if you don't believe that the quarterback qualifies as one of your best players, then you would say, okay, I'm at the end of a window that involves Zack Martin and Tyron Smith if they're both still here. And my window is that CeeDee Lamb will still be a low cap hit. Micah Parsons will still be a low cap hit. So I have two all-pro players that cost me very little money. That's a nice part of a winning window. Are you going to intentionally not have a quarterback while you're in that window? And are you going to intentionally not only not have a quarterback, but have that quarterback count a whole butt ton of money against your salary cap so you can't add to the team in the CeeDee and Micah winning window? Nope. It ain't going to happen. So the official things of today, according to Todd Archer, the Cowboys do plan to restructure Zack Martin and Trevon Diggs. I would anticipate that will be followed by a Michael Gallup post-June 1 release to save money, potentially a Terrence Steele restructure, a CeeDee Lamb extension, a Dak Prescott extension, and then we will go find players in free agency and the draft. You are now ready for the Dallas Cowboys offseason, according to Jeff. I did I have a couple of questions I wanted to do? Well, that one I guess I answered. How long is the window open to win based on current salary implications? It requires your window gets real tight and gross and ugly if you don't extend Dak? What are the chances they say goodbye to Gallup this offseason? Handled that one too. And then one other guy who said, hope. Is it worth the heartbreak? 27 years. All we've had is hope. Capable teams that fall short. Many fans want to blow it up and go 4-13 for a few years to rebuild. Tired of the heartbreak. Can't say I don't understand, but after the rebuild, chances are we're back together with hope. No, sports will never be worth it. No, for the diehards, no, it's misery. You signed up for this. This is what you wanted. I don't know if you want it, but this is what you signed up for. The only key to enjoying watching sports is just to like the sport. No team is going to make you happy except the Chiefs. And then when they're done, some other team. 31, you get to be sad every year. Do the math. It's going to be hard to be happy with sport, unless you just enjoy sport. Anywho, there's some Cowboy things for you, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Remember, you have no idea what anyone's going through, so be cool to everyone. I love you. Be easy.